Hey everybody, this is Justin with Songbirds Music, Art, and Dance Center, and today we are doing a trivia session. This is going to be a little bit of a practice trivia round because this Sunday, April 11th at 5 o'clock p.m., we are doing our inaugural live trivia event that will be on Facebook Live, and we'll be broadcasting that to all of our Songbirds family. I know we tried that once a couple weeks ago, and we did not have it because, technology. But we have it figured out now, and I promise we will be having trivia this Sunday at 5, and it will be live. Why should you do that? Well, because it's fun. You get to interact with all of your Songbirds family and friends, and the person that has the most questions right, if not all of them, first will win a $5 gift card to Songbirds to be used for whatever you want. It could be applied to dance classes, art classes, magic, music, whatever, also as well as our instruments and our merchandise. So definitely participate and win that $5 gift card and hang out with your friends this Sunday at 5 o'clock Eastern Time. So we're just kind of hanging out here right now. This is a very chill and relaxed trivia night. I've got some music on in the background. This is one of my favorite bands, St. Paul and the Broken Bones. If you like soul and some cool like fusion covers and things like that, they're definitely worthwhile to check out. So let me turn that down a little bit, and we're gonna get started with our trivia. As I said, this is kind of a practice round. We're going to be doing 10 questions, and this is not live obviously, but it will be live on Sunday. So take some notes. This is kind of the flavor of what will be happening for all of our trivia events. I do say all of them because we will have a live trivia at least once a month going forward now. So without further ado, let's get started. I will ask the question. You'll have a couple seconds to think of the answer or Google the answer if you want. And then for the real event, you'll just be responding to our live Facebook feed with the answer, and I'll be tallying and keeping track of who has the most correct answers to see who wins the $5 gift card. So all of these questions today and Sunday will be focusing on all aspects of music, art, and dance. So everything is fair game. I promise they won't be too difficult, and it should be fine and fun to do. Okay, let's see here. The first question is music. In a traditional string quartet, which instrument is the instrument that is doubled? Which one has two? That would be the violin. So normally you have violin, viola, and a cello in a traditional string quartet. So awesome. All right. Number two, the second question is an art-based question. Which famous painter was also a sculptor, inventor, and an engineer? This is probably pretty easy, but that would be Leonardo da Vinci. Obviously many books and pop culture references about him, movies, everything like that. Very famous historical figure and an amazing artist. Of course, he made the Mona Lisa. Hopefully someday, if you haven't seen that already, you can go check it out in person. It is definitely something to see. Okay, the next question, and it's a dance one, and this is personally my worst category, so I'm having fun learning a lot about dance as I go through and make these questions for everybody. But how many basic positions are there in ballet? I took a dance class once, and I think I remember 2 of them. That's all I got. There are actually 5 basic positions in ballet. 5 ways to make your feet go before you do some cool dance moves. Okay. Number 4 is another music question. In the 80s, a unique hybrid instrument became semi-popular. You can still see it in some cool music videos. You can actually still buy them in stores. I don't know that you'd want to, unless you want to just look cool, but they do exist still. It is a keyboard and a synthesizer that you wear on a strap, kind of like a guitar or a bass. What is that instrument called? That would be the keytar. Key as in keyboard and tar like guitar. Keytar. Very cool. I've seen them, I've played some. Not quite my cup of tea, but still kind of cool. It has that wow factor if you can manage to play a tune on it. Okay, the next one is an art question. Claude Monet is best known for his painting of what? That would be water lilies. Go to the museum and see that beautiful blue and green painting of the water lilies. That is Monet. That is his most famous work, and of course very beautiful and something to see. All right. This next one, of course, when we do these trivia events live, we're going to have everybody that has Facebook is welcome, so we have all different kinds of ages. This next one, I should say, is the PG version only, so please do not say the more adult versions of this. But what do dancers and performers say on stage before a show to wish the whole cast and crew good luck? There are, of course, ways to say that in different languages, especially. That's very common, but that's not PG, so don't go with that option. The PG version is break a leg. And we say break a leg because everybody in theater is extremely superstitious, and it's kind of like, reverse psychology, right? So like we want to wish bad luck on people. We want to say, go out there and break your leg, be miserable, because that means if we wish that, the opposite must actually come true. So we say break a leg because we actually want the show to go well. Kind of silly, but superstitious crew. We have other superstitions, like you can never say, of course, the Forbidden Show. You can't say that play, the Scottish play in a theater, It's a great play, one of my favorites by Shakespeare, but you can't say that name. Anyway. Okay, number 7 here, another trivia, is a music one. And this one, I'm going to get a little feisty on this. I will fight you if you disagree with this, and I'll explain you why. But the question is, how many unique different notes are required for a group of notes to be called a chord in music? How many notes? And guitar players, I'm looking at you. I'm going to fight you on this. A power chord does not count. How many notes? And the answer is 3. You must have 3 different notes. For example, a C major chord is composed of the notes C, E, and G. And then, of course, you can add extensions and things on top of that. The reason why a power chord does not count is a power chord is only an octave and the 5th in between, right? So if we took that same C thing and we made it a C power chord, it would just be the notes C, G, and another C, which doesn't count. That's 2 notes. That's C and G. Power chords are not chords. That's a dyad. Anyway, that's over. Number 8 is an art question. Who painted the famous painting American Gothic? And while you think about that, I'm going to do my best impression here. I've got my little cable ties. Excellent, thank you very much. The artist who painted American Gothic was Grant Wood. Grant Wood. I did not know that one, but now I do. All right, our last 2 questions here, question 9 and number 10, are both kind of fun ones, kind of keep you on your toes. Number 9 is a dance question. I was pleased to learn the answer to this one. The world record for the longest dance conga line was set in which Florida city? So if you get the city right, great, and then if we were to do this live, I would award a bonus point for the person who comes closest to guessing the right number. The answer to that is Miami. Miami is the city that held the longest dance conga line. That world record was set in 1988, and the full amount of people who participated was 119,986. Super close to having 120,000, but still, that is an amazing amount of people in a continuous conga line, especially in a hot city like Miami. That's something to be impressed with, I think. Whew. Okay, and then our last question here is a fun one. Every time we do trivia, I'm going to try to have our last question be a little bit of a different kind of structure. So it takes a little outside the box thinking here. It's a story. Number 10, my dog has a problem. I took my dog to the vet and received some ointment, but the doctor also prescribed a warning. She said, if this gets much worse, your dog will join the Red Hot Chili Peppers and start playing bass. What ailment does my dog have? Dog problems, Red Hot Chili Peppers, bass guitar. My dog has fleas. Why does my dog have fleas? Well, the bassist for the Red Hot Chili Peppers, he's one of the founding members of the band. His stage name and his nickname is Flea. I don't know why, but his name is Flea, and that's what he goes by. So those were our first 10 questions. So like I said, think of this kind of like a trial round for our trivia. We're going to have this, like I said, once every month for the foreseeable future, and we will be doing this as a Facebook Live event this Sunday, April 11th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Log on, hang out. We're going to do our trivia. I will award the $5 gift card to whoever gets the most amount of answers first correctly. And then I'll also be hanging out for a little bit afterwards. If you guys have any questions about Songbirds, music, art, dance, or life in general, please hit me with your questions. I'm excited to hang out and talk to you guys. And that'll be it. So I plan on seeing you on Sunday. Couldn't resist. It's trivia. We have to have silly sound effects. And I hope you guys have a fantastic Friday and Saturday, a good start to your weekend, and I will see you Sunday. Thanks so much, and we'll check in then.